ESPN Cleveland tonight on ESPN 850 WKNR and streaming live at ESPNCleveland.com.
All right, let's get it done. It's Friday, and Kelly is the best in studio along with her entourage. Her,
Ed,
people,
Ed in Columbus.
Yeah, Kevin Costner said to me years ago, I was doing an interview with him, and I picked up the phone, and his voice was, it was a taped interview. I knew it was his voice right away. Because I picked up the phone, I actually hit the button so I could tape, and I go, ESPN 850 WKNR, and it was Costner's voice, Kelly is the best, and he goes, is Munch there? And I kind of got flipped out by it. I usually don't get flipped out by people, they're just people. But this was, Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
And, I'm like, like that, and he goes, you okay, man? I said, yeah. He goes, is Munch there? I said, I Munch. He goes, what's wrong, dude? Just like that, like a regular guy. He was so cool. I said, well, I figured your people were going to call. He said to me, he goes, so what I heard about you, your people were going to answer. So it kind of cut through the edge, But Ed from Columbus is your entourage here this evening.
Yes.
And Kelly is the best. And I just love the Twitter handle, Kelly is the best. And all excited because you smell better than most guests that come up to join me on the show today.
I tried today. It should be vanilla.
Kelly, I want to ask you, have you ever done air guitar, or is that escape you too?
I don't do air guitar.
No, because we just heard. Now, Ed does, and E. Willie says, not really. Todd Harshman, proprietor extraordinaire of Fish Window Cleaning. And E. Willie, hopefully you can make it by the house tomorrow for a little bit of party for a meal. You're a single guy. You need to eat good, okay? I had Fish Window Cleaning. Actually, the wife did. Over the house today. Because once I was famous in college for playing the air guitar to the guitar jam of Freebird. Now, see, that would be a good one because it extended jams in there. Girlfriend actually bought me an air guitar case, an empty guitar case, as a present. I had mine, too. So it was just wacky, wacky stuff. Kelly, where are you from originally?
Columbus.
Okay.
From my whole life.
Your whole life?
Yes, born there, but I'm Cleveland through and through. So.
Okay, so you're born in Columbus. How long have you been in Seatown?
No, we actually live in Columbus. We drove.
Wait, so you both drove up just to do this segment of the show?
Absolutely.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
Wouldn't miss it.
Where in Columbus?
Like Grove City, Orient.
Yeah, know that area well. Don't look at me so you know Orient because of the prison, okay? That had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's not why I know it either.
But this is so neat. Now, the question for you is this, because you're a youngster, and, I was on radio in Columbus for years.
Yes,
and
I heard you. Wasn't
that long ago when I was doing Ohio State pre, post, and halftime on 610 WTVN.
Yep.
So very, very neat for you to come up. A lot of families streaming, listening in right now.
Actually, we have a listener party going on in Florida right now.
What? Wait a minute. Hey, Willie, this is a high-powered guest, Kelly is the best.
Yes, it is.
Drove up from Columbus, okay, has a listener party going. Where in Florida?
Like Lake Placid area. We have my parents down there.
But that's New York. That's where the Olympics were.
And my daughter, Callie Kay, is there as well, so she's got balloons and I think the whole thing going on.
They're all streaming because Mom is doing her thing on the radio, here to talk a little sports. There's Ed Air Guitars in the background, okay? Now, Kelly, you're in Seba, so you've got to be a Buckeye fan.
Yes.
I mean, I understand that for years, and even with the Blue Jackets for the most part, Ohio State is what Columbus is all about.
They are, but I'm Cleveland.
Okay.
When we won the championship, I still didn't feel complete. You know
what
I'm saying? I won't be complete until we get one in Cleveland.
This is heavy-duty stuff. Now, just curious, were you a Grove City Greyhound?
Actually, I was for a couple years, but I graduated from Bishop Reedy.
Okay.
A Knight. So I went
is it
to
Silver
both.
Knights or just Knights?
It's Silver Knights, yep.
Okay, up on a hilltop, correct?
Yes, you're correct.
I was there for a long time, and I remember Grove City and Franklin Heights always had a big rivalry.
Oh, yep.
Is it still there?
Yeah, Grove City isn't as good as they used to be. Probably when you were back.
But here's what's crazy. Grove City is so big.
Oh, it is huge.
You would think that, what comes around, goes around kind of thing. It might have some low times, and all of a sudden, the kids who played there and went to school there, they come back and start families and live there.
Well, what they did was they got another school, and once they got the other school...
Oh, wait a minute. Grove City has two schools?
They have the Central Crossing now.
See, here's what's crazy. And, for the, even like in the 2000s, I was living in Cleveland. Like you drove up here, I would drive back to Columbus on Saturdays to do the Ohio State stuff.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind. Like, Hilliard has 3 high schools now.
Yeah.
Westerville has 3. Powell was unthought of. There's Liberty up there and Olentangy and
Orange, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
So Grove City has 2 high schools. That kind of diluted them a bit.
Definitely did.
So what is your favorite Seatown sport? Kelly is the best?
Well, my dad would want me to say probably the Browns. And growing up it was, but it shifts because the Cavs have been so good. Even, I went through the last 4 rough years when
they were
LeBron
rough.
was gone.
Yeah, they were rough.
I mean, I know a lot of people didn't stick it out with me, so I watched them alone.
Whoa. So you were watching the Cavaliers by your lonesome?
Yeah. I had to drag you in. And he was not.
Ed was forced to come in and watch with
He
you.
never turned it on. I turned it on. Don't let him lie.
Okay. So, I mean, you're telling it like it is.
Yes.
But you know what? The few years of suffering really were eradicated last year. And I'll tell you what else was eradicated. Because there was no doubt in my mind, I'm a city guy. My dad was a former Marine. And when LeBron left us the first time, not that he wasn't able to, but the way he did it to me, it
was hurtful.
Yeah, it was heart-wrenching. It was, you got stabbed in the back.
True in Cleveland sports. If it wasn't for the passion, that's one of the big things we have, that and loyalty.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you this. Yeah, that's really one of the reasons our company is here today, because they were looking at 3 or 4 cities. They go, wait a minute. There are no fans, and I will note that again. There are no fans as passionate as Cleveland fans for our city, for our team. Now, and when I say we, because I'm one of them, even though I don't invoke in the making myself miserable pastime, okay? But even last year, blowing my mind when the Browns were 7-4, people were still miserable. If their quarterback wasn't the quarterback, they were miserable. And like I said, I just want to win.
I'm with
and this
you.
was last year. And everybody said, oh, you're a Johnny hater. No, I'm a Fax data, okay?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and the bottom line is, if they were 7-4 with Johnny, I'd cheer for him. They were 7-4 with Hoyer, I'd cheer for him.
I didn't want Johnny, but I was all ready to jump on board and root for him because he's wearing Browns. So
you know what, Kel? I was too, and I'll tell you, it was just devastating to me.
It was.
Filing to the stadium, and actually, you know what? I got with my good friends at Anheuser-Busch. For years I was also on QFM 96 in Columbus.
Oh, yes.
And the Anheuser-Busch Brewery down there was my very first sponsor ever. It was my sports show.
Good sponsor.
So I wanted to go as a fan to that game.
Yeah.
As a fan with my 15-year-old son. So I said, hey, could you guys hook me up? They go, well, you can't. I said, I got press passes, but I don't want to be in a press box. I want to be down there so I can scream and yell and cheer for Johnny.
Yeah.
So went as a fan, didn't even have my press pass with me, went with my son and was all set and ready to go. And I think it took 2 series of downs for me to realize that this was going to make Custer's Little Bighorn look like a fair fight. It was tough.
Oh, it was. It hurt. And, the kids jumped on board. They got their little Johnny shirts. I mean, he was really popular. My daughter thought he was cute, so she was all in for him.
We got our Brady Quinn shirts, too, back when, too.
Oh, yeah, I had one of those.
Wait, no, hold on. This is what I need to know, and I'll tell you why I'm asking. Because we were joking yesterday, and this is Munch and me, with Kelly. Hey, Willie, I am honored. Don't you? Isn't this cool that Kelly and Ed drove up from Columbus to do this segment?
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
This is in fact, before you depart, I'm going to try to hook you up with some dinner, okay?
Oh,
in town. Are you driving right back after?
I'm going to hang out and enjoy the city for sure.
Okay, good,
the most beautiful place on earth.
Wow. I agree with you.
People think I'm crazy, but I take vacations to Cleveland. But I come here.
You would be, and you wouldn't be shocked because you do it too. A lot of times, especially when I do the Sunday show, I see people, I won't say scores, I say hundreds, heading down East 9th, which I call Rock and Roll Boulevard, to the Rock Hall, because, it is one of the major tourist attractions in the U.S. I'm seeing more and more families, especially when the Yankees come in, or Red Sox come in, or other, big market cities. They come to town, they're like, and you see people with Yankee caps, and you start talking to them, and they have an accent. So you know it's not somebody from Parma that wants to be a front runner, okay? And you start talking, and they're like, dude, we can come here, get a hotel for 3-4 nights, eat every meal out, indulge in adult beverages. We can go to the casino. We can go to the Rock Hall, go to the Beachland Ballroom, go to, the House of Blues, go to
Terminal Tower.
Yeah, go on and on and on and on. And it's like what it would cost us for one night in Manhattan or, Boston or something like that.
People who don't come to Cleveland are missing out.
I agree with you 100%.
And people that don't like it obviously haven't spent enough time. and enjoyed the city, and the people here are amazing.
And you are from the Columbus area, but that is your just take on the city of Cleveland.
My dad was a season ticket holder for the Browns.
Drove up on the Sundays. Did you go up with him?
I went to some games, but he had 4 guys that went with him. They had his identical twin and 2 of his best friends growing up. And so, I mean, before they even knew if I was a boy or girl, I was a Browns fan. I was a Ohio State fan. I was an Indians fan. I had no choice.
Got to ask you this. Did you ever get your dad and his identical twin mixed up?
Never.
Okay, good. So
never. They tried.
Really? So, like, uncle, whatever, would come in the house?
I was a big daddy's girl, so there's no way he could have tricked me.
Whoa. I wanted a female on to ask this question because I have 2 daughters. And whenever I talk to Casey Coulis, who has 2 daughters, and the guys at the station have daughters, is it a gal thing that, dad's playing hardball with you? You know what I mean? I'm down the line. But as soon as you use that magical word and go, but daddy, then you've won the battle. Because when my girls do it, and they're 20 and 18 right now, the heart just melts like, yeah, whatever you need, hon.
I have a brother, and shout out to Gus, by the way.
Is Gus down in Florida listening or Grove City?
Oh, he is actually in Pataskala listening. So a different part of
the home of Tony White, the barrister, former great Ohio State basketball player.
See, I got people all over listening.
I like that.
I mean, everywhere we can name. But, yeah, so he wasn't really my dad's favorite at all, so he would definitely get in more trouble than I. And I could just say it was his fault, even if it wasn't. And Dad would believe me. Well, Gus will tell you I did.
You wouldn't do that. Yes, you would, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Kelly, I was good.
What is going to be the first Cleveland sports team to win that championship to make us have the parade down Superior? Not Euclid anymore because of the health line. Who's it going to be?
I'm going Cavs, but Ed's swinging his arms like with a bat, so I'm guessing he says Ed and Columbus is going Indians.
He's going to go Indians.
Indians this year, he's saying. Whoa.
Well, just because they were on Sports Illustrated, unless they get that bat, I don't know. The pitch. See, this is why, and Ed does have a point, Kelly, is that this is why this morning I said the Indians have to add a bat or bats because their pitching is so good.
So which pitcher are you giving up for that?
I'm not giving any. I'm not giving any up here now.
Somebody's going to have to go, right?
Now, I will say, hey, we had a guy last year who was a starter. I would dangle T.J. House. I would see if Josh Tomlin, who I don't think can pitch anymore in the big leagues, but you never know. I'd fleece somebody.
Yeah.
See how Josh actually, is he pitching Akron tonight, Willie? He might be.
I'm not sure. I actually saw him last night in the clubhouse, so he might be down there.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, he has a rehab assignment.
Twitter, as you say.
Yeah, and then you know what you do? Is that you say, okay, we've got these guys, and then pick another position player. If it's Chisenhall, if it's Ramirez, you want them both? Then you can have them. And this isn't even for now, I wouldn't do it for a Billy Butler. I would do it for a Nelson Cruz.
Right.
I would do it for Abdullah Woods, but the pitching is too good to waste it.
I agree.
Kelly, did you think for a second, that LeBron James was not coming back again this time?
Oh, no.
Thank you.
You want to know actually the truth? I said he was coming back last time, and I was, like you, very hurt when he left, but going through the process, I saw that he started Instagramming, like, pictures with him wearing Brown's hat. And I'm like, dude, you broke up with us. Stop, playing with us.
And guess what's funny? When he
but
was
I started following him, and I thought he was coming back then.
When he was here, he would not. He'd be on the Dallas Cowboys sidelines with a Cowboy jersey and a Cowboy hat. He'd be in the stands, the Indians-Yankees game. What a Yankee hat. You know what I mean? So that's what's interesting, that I believe he saw the error of his ways. Now, I always liken it. I'm going to get a female perspective here.
Okay.
It is Munch and me with Kelly is the Best, drove up from Columbus. Here is my perspective. I've always likened LeBron when he was gone. And I do have some pride, okay, that he was my gal.
Yeah.
All right? And he not only left me, but he made sure that, I'm going to say this nicely, because there's families listening on the way to the ballgame right now. He made sure that he hung out with all my best friends.
Yeah.
And he made sure that everybody in the country knew that he was, quote unquote, hanging out with my best friends.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's going to knock at my door one day and want me to kiss my gal? Get out of here. You know what I mean? I don't wish you ill. I never wished him to get hurt. I didn't want him to win a damn thing. So,
I was with you. I was so happy when Dallas won. I mean, I probably could hear me screaming.
And San Antonio, me too. Me too, especially when they looked bad.
Oh, and I was so irritated when I felt like he would say stuff about Cleveland, like, you left us, don't talk about us, don't wear a Cleveland Browns hat now that you're in Miami, or do any of that stuff. And then I started realizing, like, when he started coming back, what it meant for the team after the last 4 years, what it meant for the city, the life back into everyone around, the happiness, the joy. It was awesome.
The cash coming back in. Now, I want to ask you, and I have said that I said the Cavaliers were going to go to the finals this year in the East, and anything could happen. Mm-hmm. And it did. They ended up going to the NBA Finals. I also said that the Cavaliers will win at least 2 more championships in the next 4 years.
Okay.
I said they'd have one within 2 years, which means next year will be the year. And you're feeling pretty good about the team, too.
I am, too. I just want the injuries to, subside, and then we'll be good. Because one player back, I know everyone's probably saying that. One player, Kyrie, Love, one of them. We've won.
I wouldn't even say Klay Thompson, because Kyrie, to me, the 3 best players on the court were LeBron, Curry, and then Kyrie. Mm-hmm. Is that take Curry off Golden State, they don't win. Take Draymond Green off Golden State, they don't win. Take them both off, we sweep them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they don't win 2 games from us.
We don't go into overtime and Kyrie doesn't hurt his knee, and there you go. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, and when people say about Love being injury prone, so wait a minute. That was not... he got mugged.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
his arm got pulled
wasn't like something
out.
Injury prone. Kelly, I want to give you a shot, and I can't thank you enough for coming up tonight.
I appreciate this. Is so awesome.
And I love it. Keep following, and we'll keep following you.
Absolutely.
At KellyiztheBest on Twitter, right?
Yep, with a Z.
Oh, Kelly is...
IZ the best.
Oh, yeah. Very. See, I'm not hip enough to notice that, okay? But we want people to follow you. But I know that you've got some, say hey to some folks, some shout-outs.
A shout-out to Kellen and Darlene and Jim who are listening in Columbus area. My son and Ed in Columbus, I guess, and my brother Gus, and that's about it. We already shouted out everybody else. All my people on Twitter that I love, that's my real family.
That's right. Kelly is the best. That is IZ.
Yep.
Kelly is the best, checking in with Munch and me. Can't thank you enough for coming up today.
I could do this all day, every day.
Well, then, next time you want to drive up, or if it's during the season, let's get you back on, all right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming in tonight, all right? And Ed from Columbus, thank you for accompanying